This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. In St. Croix, Virgin Islands police are investigating a deadly shooting from over the weekend. A man is shot dead just hours after he's released from prison. 911 got calls for shots fired at about 1:15 Saturday morning at the Harbor View housing community. Officers arrived to find a man lying in the plant bed near the business office. The victim's been identified as 32-year-old Sean Joseph, also known as Akeem Williams. He had been shot in multiple times in his upper body and the head, and he was dead at the scene. VIPD officers recovered several spent shell casings from the scene. Investigators learned he was released from prison just the day before he was shot dead early Saturday morning. He had served 13 years in jail for the 2009 murder of Johan Andrews. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers VI. As we begin a new week, we continue to see a big spike in COVID cases. It comes after thousands of people gathered to celebrate Carnival in St. Thomas. Cases are up throughout the territory, jumping significantly on St. Thomas. According to the latest numbers from the VI Department of Health, there are 962 cases territory-wide, with 171 on St. Croix, 775 on St. Thomas, and 16 on St. John. During a news conference Monday, those with the Department of Health said they expected the spike we are seeing now because of Carnival. Our Ali Born-Vanak has another look at the numbers and more from the Department of Health.
Emily, the Department of Health is reporting that the COVID rate is going up, and even though this is to be expected after Carnival in St. Thomas, they are asking everyone to please socially distance and isolate if you see any symptoms that you are experiencing. Also, they are reporting that the COVID numbers are 775 cases on St. Thomas, 171 on St. Croix, and 16 on St. John. Here's more information for families with children in USVI public schools on COVID testing. Here's more.
If you had a child tested during the recent mass Virgin Islands Department of Education testing and did not receive a result, please come to our testing sites. On St. Croix at the Charles Howard modular units from 9:30 to noon, and on St. Thomas at the Snyder Regional Medical Center loading dock 9:30 to noon, to be retested with a rapid test. If needed, we can also print out the results while you wait, so you can leave with your results. For students who tested positive, you do not have a negative test. You do not have to have a negative test result to return to school. It is a time-based isolation. Unvaccinated students can return back to school 10 days after they're positive, and vaccinated students 7 days after they're positive. Remember, the day that you test positive is counted as day 0.
For any updates on COVID or COVID testing, please reach out to the VI Department of Health, and also stay tuned to CBS USVI for our continuing coverage. In St. Thomas, Ali Born-Vanak, USVI News.
Is it possible to show enough gratitude for all nurses do? Well, this week is the perfect time to try to give them some thanks if you can. Every May 6th is National Nurses Day, which kicks off Nurses Week. So the weekend, or the entire week, kicked off last Friday. And it's a time set aside to thank nurses and other healthcare workers for their tireless hard work, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. So give nurses a well-deserved shout out this week if you can. Nurses Week ends May 12th. Which is the birthday of Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing. A new addition to the Coral World family is on the way. On Mother's Day, Coral World Ocean Park announced Ping, one of the coastal Atlantic bottlenose dolphins living at Coral World, is pregnant. Coral World will welcome the new addition in about 2.5 months. Those at Coral World say every pregnancy, human or animal, is risky. So the team is paying extra close attention to Ping to ensure she has the highest quality prenatal care. Ping has never lived in the wild. When she arrived at Coral World back in 2019, it was her first time in natural ocean waters. Staff at Coral World says it has been wonderful to watch her learn about ocean waves, currents, fish, and invertebrates. They also say reproduction is a sign of good health and natural behavior, so it's a measure of Ping's well-being to see that she's pregnant. Ping has been a mother before, so vets at Coral World say they're confident she's going to have an uncomplicated pregnancy and delivery, although, again, they are prepared to handle every possible outcome and support Ping in every way they can. So keep you posted, 2.5 months on that one. Now to news from across the Caribbean. An explosion at a hotel in Havana has left 31 people dead and dozens more injured. The Hotel Saratoga, a 5-star 96-room hotel in Old Havana, was preparing to reopen after being closed for 2 years when an apparent gas leak ignited, blowing the outer walls into the busy mid-morning streets just a block from the country's Capitol building on Friday. 46 of the injured individuals have been hospitalized, with 15 of them being minors. Of the 31 dead, at least 4 were minors, including a pregnant woman and a tourist from Spain. The gas explosion damaged 23 surrounding buildings in the area, while the apartment building adjacent to the hotel had 15 units destroyed by the blast as well. Reporter Michael George has more.
Emergency vehicles rushed to a luxury hotel in the heart of Havana as smoke poured from the building. An explosion toppled much of one side of the 96-room Hotel Saratoga, leaving gaping holes. Cuba's president blamed the blast on a natural gas leak. Cuban state TV says it was caused by a truck that had been supplying natural gas to the building. The hotel was undergoing renovations and no tourists were staying there. This man says he heard the explosion and helped evacuate a nearby school. Rescue teams are continuing to search for anyone who may still be trapped in the rubble of the hotel.
And many VIPs and political figures stayed at that hotel while visiting Cuba, including Beyonce and Jay-Z back in 2013. The 148th Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs ran for the roses on Saturday, so the hunt for the potential Triple Crown began with the most exciting 2 minutes in sport. All eyes were on Epicenter, who was the odds-on favorite and won the Louisiana Derby in their last start. Rich Strike, though, had 80-1 odds and shocked the world, but they pulled off one of the greatest upsets in the history of the Kentucky Derby anyways. The horse wasn't even part of the race at 8 a.m. on Friday and turned out to be the best horse on Saturday, making for a Derby of the Ages.